Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk, back another video day. And today, some very sad news in the Houston Texans family, but also the Baltimore Ravens and also the San Diego Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. Jacoby Jones, wide receiver and special teams specialist, Jacoby Jones has passed away at the age of 40. This is someone who won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, was actually a pretty good wide receiver for them the year they won the Super Bowl. 16 games, 3 starts. He had 55 targets with 30 receptions, 406 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. He made a huge impact returning the ball, which those numbers as a non-starting wide receiver, 406 receiving yards, not bad at all. He had some solid seasons with the Houston Texans as well, where he started out his career. I'll be honest, as a Texans fan, the year he joined the Texans was the year I was born. So I never really got the chance to watch Jacoby Jones with the Texans, because his last year with the Texans was 2011. I didn't start watching. I mean, even if you even look at his end of his career, he retired in the 2015 season. I didn't start watching football until the next season in 2016. I started watching football when I was like 8, 9 years old. So I missed Jacoby Jones. Definitely missed him with the Texans, because I was 4 years old when he left the Texans. I will say one thing. I have seen some, even though I didn't watch him live because I was 4 years old when he left the Texans, I still have watched, as a Texan super fan, I've still watched like highlights from the Texans in those years, and have seen some cool things from him, like kick and punt return, nice kick and punt returns, and even some, nice plays that he's made at the wide receiver end. So I knew who he was. It's not like I didn't know who. It's not like I didn't know him, but I just didn't get the pleasure to watch him live. But one thing I do love about Jacoby is how, when playing with the Texans, and I don't think this was. I don't think he had this the whole time being a Houston Texan, but one of the seasons, or maybe multiple of the seasons, on his head, he had the Texans logo buzzed on the side of his head, which was I thought a true Houston Texan in my opinion. But his best season with the Texans was 2010, 15 games, 7 starts, 78 targets, 51 receptions, 562 receiving yards with 3 touchdowns. This is not the most yards he ever had with the Texans, but in 2009 he did manage to get 6 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns for the Texans, and this was 6 touchdowns on 400 yards, only 1 start. And then he also had 512 receiving yards in 2011 with the Houston Texans. Then he leaves the Texans, and in 2012, he becomes an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler for the Ravens with his 406 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. But he was selected to the Pro Bowl and All-Pro as a special, as a kick returner, punt returner. So, I'll go over what he did kick and punt return wise. I mean, in 2012, All-Pro and Pro Bowler, he had 341 yards with 1 touchdown on punt returns, 37 returns, and then with the kick returns, 38 returns, 1,167 yards returned with 2 touchdowns. So in his career, he had a total of 5 kick return touchdowns, and he also had 4 punt return touchdowns, 3 with the Texans, and then 1 with the Ravens on punt returns, and then kick returns, he had 1 with the Texans and 4 with the Ravens. So with the Ravens, with the Texans, he wasn't much of a kick returner, or he was a kick returner. He just wasn't, getting a lot of kick return touchdowns. But with the Ravens, he really turned into an amazing kick returner. So, want to give out my condolences to, Jacoby's family, because he has a son who he named his son Jacoby. Obviously, his mom, I don't know if he's married. I did read that, who survives him is his mom and his son. I don't know if he's married or in a relationship, but this, for someone who's 40 years old, way too young. There's no cause of death right now, but as a Texans fan, as a Texans super fan, I felt like I had to talk about this, because I know a lot of the Texans family is hurting right now. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, and In the comment section, I want everybody to let me know your favorite Jacoby Jones moment with the Houston Texans. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.